Not every day, but every now and then I just think about it.
This is hearted. It's just so sad.
He is already on the altar of that endeavor.
The beauty of competition, it's not sport anymore, it's show business.
This new three-tier lockdown system following claims that ministers ignore circuit breaker, which amounts in essence to a short, sharp national. The strictest of the new rules coming in tomorrow.
Much choice, that is what is happening. We're at the Sandon pub tonight, one of the big football doors tonight, just a few days away from the Merseyside derby this weekend. That's pretty cheap.
So I've just been down in the cellar and checking the dates, and I'm saying, just outside and give it away. That stock's going.
This is one of the biggest football pubs in the... This is crushing for you.
It's crushing to the football here to taking £300 in a day, and then the government are costing me £34,000 a month. That's before we even open. They're just...
Is feeling tonight.
This city's depressed. It's full of depression. No people have coming here every single day for a drink, and this is what it'll have. So people will be sitting in the house on their own or drinking in the house where there's no...
Without an end point, what do you think will be the effect of closing the bars and pubs on the...
Out there again, the R rate's going to go up again. None of it's making sense. None of it's weird.
Tonight we have those 8 minutes and 46 seconds under the knee of History Month. We brought Quincy together with Neville Lawrence, whose son has this exclusive interview.
I can't stop watching the video.
Neville Lawrence knows all too well. We've brought the two men
kneeling on the floor with that man, kneeling on his neck.
Like George Floyd, Stephen Lawrence's racist killing.
Actually, what happened to your son?
We had to go in really right now. You know, if I went to the coffin down, I can't go near it.
Family, can you describe what it was like for you?
It's like you said, know that everything's going to be all right. Your son's going to be here with you. The family's here with you. Bury him.
Words, I can't breathe.
The knee on his neck, saying and I have chills just thinking about what he was saying.
Struggling. It hasn't been easy, but you have to have, it took us a long time, but eventually we got some justice.
Life for the racist murder of Neville's son.
I have some bad cops, and all cops are not good cops.
Divides opinion even within his own family. Earlier today, Danger, she's written a book about her uncle, and I started by...
American voter to have as much information as I hoped anyway, that coupled with make the case more effectively. It would be a sad American citizen, not so much as his niece, and certainly not somebody...
Psychologist, as a clinician, say you were someone out...
necessarily to know what happened to him at 2.5, to realize treated and continue to worsen over time. I think it's behavior. He is a weak person who feels the need to, by saying the things he's been saying, he is put in danger, killing people every day.
Disneyland for the elderly.
This is Trump territory. You know, we have 600 and they're doing riding with Biden because they can't do the Trump train.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many for Trump? And sometimes at a cost.
You get yelled at, you get cussed. He's a bigot, he's a bully, and I don't like bullies.
Now, life often imitates art, but what happens when it's the other way round? About US politics and the Trump White House. Britain spoke to Tim Robbins about Bobo Supreme.
I had to do the ears. How do you make a soundscape to...
With President Trump, because that is he, President Trump.
We paid them to come. Make sure they don't leave. I'm making a speech when the polls close. That presentation of what's going on, you have to use your imagination. The cameras rolling and there's no one to witness the behavior. What the dream life is like. It starts with a dream and it ends with a dream.
With the Trump presidency, well, you know, some of it's happening, and you know, we look at the post-COVID experience. You know, how do you satirize that?
Yes, you're right. It's like, how do you satire responsibility for anything he's ever done wrong? Leader of the free world.
Tell me about the prospect now when you played a candidate, and you know what I'm going to ask is Ever any? You're too old for that now. Look at the candidates now.
Been a politician satirist, has there?
League to overhaul the competition, giving themselves a greater slice of the revenue, still believe change is necessary. Wenger, whose autobiography and the smaller teams was vital.
Made by the other countries who want to stop the domination of the English, because that would go against their own interest.
Do you want to see a league? They can dream about being in the Premier League. Is that a good thing? And
merit, still good. One day to the next, somebody can be better than you and challenge you in the championship. They were all at some stage in the Premier League. So the
competitive with the other big clubs, competitive with the managers.
Yes, it is like that when you're in competition, because it's a certain desire to get the other out a few times only, because I managed 1,200.
Matter is a big part of sport generally this year. Do you?
I personally, you don't in sport based on merit, and in the football team doesn't, of course. But if I'm black tomorrow, I do not want.
Fans should be back in grounds at the moment. Some fans, at least. Do you think?
At the moment, what you have always, life is always about priority. You have to accept, but at the moment, that is not possible.
Watch them grow up and now it seems grow apart. A new book, Harry, among the insights in Battle of Brothers, is the claim that the Queen, author, royal biographer Robert Lacey, joins me now. Hello to you, Robert.
I think it goes pretty deep, and it goes actually back to the that we now see were developing then. Inevitably, Harry...
But in terms of his reputation, he was hugely well regarded for his married Meghan Markle. There was a real hope that this young couple could...
Well, let's hope it's not all gone. I think next year will be the year of challenge.
Did she? And did it underestimate her that she wasn't
the subject, Sarah? Because it is both sides. I think with hindsight, it's clear that the millionairess in her own right before she met Harry, dedicated beliefs, feminism, social change, of course, has clashed with the royal tradition if the couple are going to come back in some way into the family.
Armed Forces veteran and an honorary colonel, Dame Kelly Holmes, she's supporting a new veterans rail card. Captain Tom Moore will be one of the first to... Tell us a bit more about it.
Yep, so a new veterans rail launched today. It gives veterans 1/3 off of rail.
Tom's going to get one, I believe, is that right?
Yes, apparently he's got his way to say it.
So many people have given the years of their lives on the cake.
The government wants to make the UK the best place.
Initiatives like this, it just gives a veteran something they feel was colours. And, I was very proud to serve. Now, we need to do as a country is to recognise the power place with really committed, disciplined, respectful